Listen, before the borders, before the passports, before the politics, Africa was one land, one people, one blood. From Lagos to Johannesburg, from Nairobi to Accra, we carried one pain, we fought one struggle. So why should an African become a stranger in Africa? In the streets of Soweto, freedom songs were rising high, while mothers across Africa were praying with tears in their eyes. Nigeria stood for justice, Ghana lifted up the flame, Congo cried with South Africa during apartheid pain. The chains that broke Mandela were broken by African hands. So why are we now divided by fear across our lands? Yeah, tell me brother, who taught us hate? Who turned unity into debate? Who profits when Africans fight, while poverty grows every night? One Africa, one people, no more hate, no more evil. No African is a foreigner, no child of the soil is illegal. One Africa, one future, lift the flag of unity high. From Cape Town to Nigeria, we rise together or we die. A Zimbabwean selling groceries, trying hard to feed his home. A Nigerian building businesses, far away yet still alone. A Somali chasing survivor in the city streets at night. But hatred burns the marketplace and turns humanity to fright. Brother against brother, African against African, while politicians hide the truth and blame the suffering man. The enemy is not migration, the enemy is exploitation, the enemy is corruption and failed leadership of the nation. They stole the gold, they stole the minds, they stole the future and poison minds. Now poor people fight poor people while the rich keep getting richer. But united Africa is dangerous to every oppressor. Remember Sharpeville, remember apartheid walls, remember how Africa answered when South Africa called. Remember the students marching, remember the freedom cries, remember the blood of heroes who dreamed of a unified life. No visa in our spirit, no border in our soul. The rivers and the mountains were never built to divide us all. The drumbeat of Africa still echoes through the land, calling every tribe and nation to rise and take a stand. South Africa is our sister, Nigeria is our brother, Kenya, Congo, or Rwanda, we belong to one another. One Africa, one people, no more violence in our streets. Let the fire of xenophobia be defeated by peace. One Africa, one mission, let the healing now begin. No African is a stranger, we were born from the same skin. Kwame Nkrumah dreamed it, Nelson Mandela fought for it, Patrice Lumumba died for it, Thomas Sankara spoke for it. A united Africa, not divided by fear, not destroyed by hatred, but built on brotherhood. Imagine African nations trading strength instead of pain, building schools and factories instead of hatred and blame. Imagine children growing without fear inside their hearts, knowing every African nation is family from the start. Imagine trains across the continent without borders in the way. A strong, united Africa leading a brighter day. One Africa, one people. Raise your voices to the sky. No Africa is a foreigner. Let the hatred finally die. One Africa, one destiny. Hear the sound of freedom call. If one African is suffering, then Africa is hurting all. One Africa, one heartbeat, one continent standing tall. No xenophobia forever. Africa must never fall. Africa belongs to Africans, not to fear, not to hatred, not to division. The borders may separate nations, but they must never separate hearts.